again. I'm Joanna Hill Heitzman, sitting in today for the Miami County Foundation, and I'm going to let you get a first-hand glimpse of some of our scholarship winners from last year. You will be blown away, just as I was, of these young people when they tell you what they've been doing. But first, I want to introduce you to Cheryl Francis, whom you probably already know, the Executive Director of the Miami County Foundation, and she's going to explain all the scholarships available.
Well, it's great to have this opportunity to share with you some of the scholarship recipients that we've been able to provide some scholarship monies for over the past year. The Miami County Foundation has the ability to administer several scholarship funds throughout Miami County. And I just want to make mention of those scholarship funds. The deadline for the scholarship applications are November the 1st of each year. So, you know, that time frame is fast approaching. And the applications are available on our website. That's important to know. So you can go to the Miami County Foundation website at www.miamicountyfoundation.org and download any of these applications. The Thelma Ross Dalton Scholarship is open to any Miami County resident, no matter what age, and it's for individuals who are furthering their post-high school education in any accredited public or private university, 2- or 4-year school, a trade school, a nursing program, a healthcare related organization, and that scholarship can be up to $3,000 each. In the past, we've been able to support 20 students from Miami County with the Thelma Ross Dalton Scholarship. There's also the Miami County Medical Society Scholarship, and that scholarship is available to students who have been accepted into or currently enrolled in a medical school, either as an MD or a DO. And that scholarship can be a significant amount of money as well. The Robert Netzley Memorial Scholarship, that is available for individuals in Dark and Miami counties, for individuals that are going to pursue a public service career, maybe in government or education. That scholarship can be renewed. So if you see online, it's going to tell you to please call the office to find out whether or not we are accepting applications for the scholarship at this time. The Marjorie Lyons Netzley Scholarship is for both Miami and Dark County students, and that scholarship is for an individual who is going to pursue a medical career, maybe a nursing program, but any medical career is eligible to apply. Once again, that can be renewed. So if it's renewed, it won't be available this year. Just call the office to find out. There are 2 scholarships that are specifically for Newton students, and that includes the Don Favorite Dieter Memorial Scholarship for a Newton student that is pursuing a career in the science field, and the Newton School Board American Legion Fund, and that is for any Newton High School graduating senior to apply. So as you can see, there are a lot of scholarship opportunities available at the Miami County Foundation. Joanna has served the Miami County Foundation since it was established in 1985. She's a founding board member. She serves on various committees within the Miami County Foundation, and one of those happens to be the Scholarship Committee. So she has firsthand experience of reviewing all of these applications that we get, and we receive almost 200 applications for scholarships. So it makes it very difficult for the committee to decide and narrow that down to maybe 20 recipients. But it's a great opportunity for us to be able to bring some of these students in together and talk to them and find out, you know, what are you doing in school and why did you pick the career that you're pursuing? And Joanna's going to do that for us today.
Cheryl, do you want to explain what happens when we have like 2 members of one family, both of which would qualify, but we have to split the money somehow?
Sometimes the committee decides to split one scholarship award because both of those students in the family, sometimes there might be 3 students applying for that scholarship, and they're so qualified that they hate to give a scholarship to one and not to the other. So if the dollars are limited, and they always are, we never have enough money to award, the committee sometimes decides to split one scholarship for siblings.
Do you want to just give, I think, the 5 or 7 different things that we judge on the application?
If I can remember those. The committee looks at their education, their activities in school, their extracurricular activities, their volunteer service, including the community service, what they do in the community, as well as what they do within their schools, their work experience, what they're doing outside of their school, their GPA score. They look at the GPA, and they also look at need. Is there a need? What is the need? And their overall career objective. What is their goal? Do you have an educational plan? And what is that plan? And what are you going to do when you graduate?
Exactly. And we've put something new in this last year, the non-traditional student. You want to talk about that one?
Because the Thelma Ross Dalton Scholarship has no age limit, there are often times where there are individuals that might be 40 or 50 years of age who are applying and competing against maybe a high school senior or somebody currently in college. So it's very difficult for the committee to kind of look at, okay, this is an older individual. They have a lot of work experience, but maybe they don't have a lot of community service experience. They did a lot in high school, but they've been out of high school for 30 years. How do we consider that individual? So they've kind of decided to look at those as a separate group of applicants and consider what they can talk about a non-traditional student, totally separate from those who are just graduating or currently in college.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You wrapped it up very well, and there are so many opportunities out there. It's just absolutely amazing.
Yes.
And now we have Kale Snape. And Kale, you graduated from Piqua High School in 2012, which means you have 2 years of further education already established. And what is that?
I have, for the past 2 years, attended Cal Polytechnic State University in San Luis Obispo, California.
I'm glad you pronounced it because I wasn't going to be able to. But what are you doing? What kind
I
of?
am studying architectural engineering.
And that is a great school for that?
That
or-
is a great school for that. It is actually the #1 in the country. There's actually only 16 accredited programs for architectural engineering across the country, which is kind of why it was easy to narrow down schools that were the best for me. Didn't really plan on coming to California. Applied on a whims. Visited. Loved it.
Well,
so,
sure, why not? Right.
Sure, why not? Exactly.
What do parents say?
Parents said that they raised me to not stick around here and to go out and do as much as I can.
Oh.
My mom right now might be slightly regretting that, but they're very happy for me, and they've been very, very supportive.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
But when I saw that, I thought, gee, I don't want one of my children that far away. You are involved in a number of clubs, community involvement. You have really gotten into things in this school.
Yes.
Right. You want to tell me about them?
Sure. What I'm most involved in right now is what's called Poly Reps. We are the official student ambassadors for Cal Poly. The public sees us most as the campus tour guides. So I am one of 33 tour guides for the campus. So I get to be the first face that everyone gets to see when they get on campus, whether it be prospective students, parents,
Right.
special visitors, things like that. So we're kind of also the president of the university's right-hand team, the go-tos to help out with events and things like that. So, and that's also community involvement. I'm not paid, so I get to give everyone a student perspective when I'm giving tours.
All of that in addition to a huge bookload of classes.
Yes, yes. The classes
Okay.
are not easy.
Okay, tell me about that. How many credit hours?
Well, it's different because we are on units. We are on quarter system, and we go by units. So the conversion is different. I average between 15 or 16, but that can feel more between like an 18 to 20 unit load with my major. So very, very, very busy with school. So it's been quite a change with me to be able to make sure I'm organizing, my extracurriculars with my academics, which was a big change from like high school, for example.
Well, high school. I happen to have this sheet in front of me, completely filled, single spaced, of everything you did. Well, let's just say extracurricular. And at the bottom of that, we get into high school recognition, which is, tell me about some of these.
Recognitions.
You remember?
Sure.
Show choir, 4 years, which is not exactly, non-time consuming.
It's actually fairly time consuming with Piqua High School, but yes, I was able to be the dance captain and soprano section leader my senior year, and I was in that for 4 years. Great experience. I really still enjoy singing and dancing, and there's times where I really wish I still had something like that with me at school. So it was a great experience. Learned a lot.
And sports?
Sports, cross country and track were my two things, still are, still love to run. I had a high school record for the 3,200 meter run at Piqua. I also went to regionals for the 3,200 meter and for the 5K for our cross country team. Here and there.
You did it all. You did it all, right? And at the top of that list was co-valedictorian.
Yes.
So she didn't let the grades slide.
No, not an option.
No. So, and you applied to the Miami County Foundation for a grant.
Yes.
That year, and received it, or you wouldn't be here.
Yes.
So, anyway, can you tell me any more about your involvement at Cal Poly as far as the Vista Post program? Is that what you were talking about? Visited?
No, that's actually something different. And that is through the Society of Women Engineers, which is a program that is nationwide. Just Cal Poly has a really notarized branch of it. So what I do is students who are in high school, girls, come in and they spend the day touring Cal Poly, and then they can spend the night with a student to get the full student perspective of what it's like to live at Cal Poly. So that's like the biggest thing that I do with Society of Women Engineers is since I do have my touring background, I tour and I also let them stay with me overnight and things like that.
You enjoy that, I bet you do.
Yes, I love it.
Right. And you have the Big Sib, Little Sib program?
Yes, which is another thing through the Society of Women Engineers. Again, I get to act as a mentor. Someone who has a major like my own, usually in engineering, can come to me throughout the year with anything they're having troubles with. Usually they come to me before the beginning of the year when they're like, do I really need to purchase this book right now? Where's the place to go and eat downtown? Things like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And where do you get that kind of help if you need it? You're far from home if you have questions or money problems or something. Do you work out there? Do you have a paying job anywhere?
I don't. I work in the summers. Actually, this summer I did not. I was studying abroad, but I work in the summers, and then any scholarships I can get like this one as well.
Okay. You say studying abroad. Tell me about that.
Yes, this past summer I just spent 6 weeks in Lithuania, Latvia, and Germany.
Right.
I went with architectural engineering students, and we spent 6 weeks. Our host country was Lithuania. We got to take 3 classes with other Lithuanian students. So we spent Monday through Thursdays taking class, and then on the weekends we got to travel, which is how I got to go to other places in Lithuania, Latvia, and Germany. It was a great experience.
Was there a reason for going?
The reason was because one of our professors is Lithuanian, and he's trying to make ties with a university over there so that they can continue this program where we can take core classes. I was able to take not general education classes, but my core education classes. So it was really more of a bang for your buck kind of trip where I could get the cultural experience. Plus,
and look at those buildings.
Yes, look at those buildings. Look at those.
It's just, you just want to stand and look. It's just amazing.
Too many pictures.
Some of those things there. I believe you took advantage of earning credit hours at Edison when you were at high school.
Yes, last summer, in addition to working, I took classes at Edison, 2 courses as well, yes. I can't recommend it more to students coming in who want to get rid of some general educations. I know a lot of students are doing it these days, and it really helps to push you along, make sure you graduate in those 4 years or whatever your program is.
Exactly. It may not seem like you're being that helpful to your future, but dollar-wise...
Yeah, Edison's a great asset.
And you've earned, I don't know how many degrees, how many credit hours you would be able to transfer to the school you're going to, just right here at home.
Yeah.
It's so handy, so convenient. What about your financial goals?
Financial goals. So
Where? Yes.
School's expensive.
Yes.
Yes.
Where do you?
Well, I plan on, as soon as I graduate, I plan on going into the workforce, getting my PE, and just making myself as marketable as soon as possible. So getting a good job, no matter where it ends up being, you know, as much as I can do to help my community in the process, come back and help. But that, and then if they can help me go back to school, maybe get a business degree, even continue making myself more marketable, you know, the sooner I can pay things off, the better.
What about the competition between male, female in the architectural world?
Actually, it's really funny. I don't know if it's because it's called architectural engineering, so it pulls more women, but actually at our school, it's 40% women and 60% men. So really that's fairly odd for an engineering major. And I feel like it is a very growing development to have women in the engineering field, and it's a good thing.
Oh, definitely. Yes. We have a very marketable person here in the county that I respect dearly. So yes, there's a field out there for women in that business. Thank you so much for being with us. Keep in touch. Let us know when you're going to be flying over. Yes. Thanks, Gail.
Thank you.
And now, welcome, Katie Hauk. Do we have it pronounced right?
Yeah, it is.
Good. And Katie, you are a Dieter Foundation winner,
Yeah, I am.
and that's from Pleasant Hill.
Yes.
And that is based upon, do I want to say medical?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did you apply, or did you, yes, you had to apply. What's your goal?
My goal? Well, I'm going to be on the pre-med track at Ohio State, and hopefully after med school I can become an emergency room surgeon.
Is there anything in your background that led you to believe you wanted to do that?
Like my family, none of them are doctors. I just really like helping people, and an emergency room surgeon be something different every day, so it sounded interesting to me.
I guess it would be.
Yeah.
So you are going to be pursuing your degree, though, in health sciences?
Yes.
Along with sports sciences. Tell me about that one. Where's your interest?
Well, I've played soccer like all my life. All my siblings have played it, so I really like athletics and I like the competition and everything. So I wanted to stay involved in that, and then the health sciences is to help me get into med school.
Yeah. So how are you doing there?
How am I doing?
How do you feel? I mean, you're right in Ohio State and Columbus.
Yeah, I actually haven't moved in yet. I move in on the 21st, and it's big. It's kind of scary.
Well,
but
we just talked to someone that went to Newark be his first year because it was just so intimidating to him. So, okay. So you are really still acquainted with a lot of the things you did at Pleasant Hill.
Yeah.
Want to tell me about those? What all did you do in school?
Well, I was in like Spanish club and science club, and I played varsity soccer. I was captain my senior year, and I also played club soccer since I was like 12, and I helped my dad coach one of the community teams. I was an assistant coach for that.
Yes. You said that in your personal statement that in Pleasant Hill, when you apply for this, they require you to submit a written essay, I guess I need to say. And you say that you've known ever since elementary school that you wanted to help people.
Yeah.
But help people medically, you mean?
Well, like in elementary, it's kind of changed. Like I wanted to be a vet when I was little and just kind of help save someone's dog or something.
Okay.
But then it's changed.
I can understand that. I had a daughter like that.
Yeah.
So.
But it's always been like medical related, and now I want to be an ER surgeon.
Okay, but you said you knew that poor grades weren't going to be an option.
Right.
So even back then, you knew you had to cut it. You had to make the classes.
Always work hard, even in elementary.
Right. And do those grades come easy for you?
No, it's a lot of studying. It doesn't just come to me. I have to like read over and over again. Yeah.
Work at it. Yes. And you said that you take such classes as calculus, advanced English, anatomy, Spanish, and physics. I don't see one in there that doesn't require a lot of work.
No, they're all very difficult. But
Right.
if you study, it helps.
Is there a way to put your time schedule together?
Yeah, I have to like figure out when all my practices are, when I have meetings for clubs, and then study around that and make sure I consume my time. Yeah.
Right. And did you have any part-time jobs or anything?
I did. I worked at Cracker Barrel. I was a host, and then I worked at Meijer stocking shelves.
Okay. Your science teacher noted that you were active and an excellent student in his letter of recommendation. How do you manage to do all it says active involved in? What all did he mean? What all is he including?
Just probably like participating in class when you ask a question, answering, not just sitting there staring off into space.
Right. You just throw it all together. And you volunteered at a camp for the mentally, physically handicapped.
Yeah.
And you want to tell me about your experiences there? You
Yeah.
actually had a camper assigned to you?
Yeah, I did. You go and you stay for a week overnight. You stay in a tent, and you get a camper assigned to you. And you don't know what to expect before you get there. You find out who your camper is the day of, and so you take care of them, make sure they take their medicine, and you like take them to go do different activities like swimming and fishing, and just make sure they enjoy their week.
Weekend?
Yeah.
Week there, the
It's a
whole
week.
week.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. And so you get hands-on
Yeah.
of
it is.
caring at that point,
Yes.
as well as the entertainment part.
Right.
Right. So is there a time during that camp that the instructors all can get together?
Yeah, actually, like their bedtime was about 9 o'clock at night, and then after that, all the
You can
volunteers
compare.
got together and talked
Right.
about it. Yeah.
What you can learn from the others
Right.
at that point.
Yes.
Right. You thought you wanted to be this way back when. Has it settled down any specifically as to what particular thing you want, or did you already tell me that you want an
ER surgeon is what I want to do, and I just in the past couple of years decided that that's what I want to go for.
just that?
Yeah.
You realize that is very expensive as well as difficult.
Yes.
And
Very.
and you're ready to face that.
Yeah, I am.
You've been noted for your high quality of workmanship. Is this something unusual in what's turning in now? Some of this thing that's turned into classwork not of high quality?
Oh no, I always do my work, make sure everything's in on time, proofread everything before I turn it in.
Yes.
Always try to do my best.
Well, evidently you always do. You received high recommendations from many of your instructors, so you evidently represented the perfect person for that scholarship this year.
Thank you.
So thank you for coming with us today.
Oh, thank
we
you.
appreciate it. And now we have Austin Tamplin, right?
Yes.
And you are from Piqua?
Piqua, Ohio.
Right. And you went to Piqua High School.
Yes.
I say that because some of them have been other places than where you would think. You graduated in 2013,
Mm-hmm.
which means you could have had a year of college
I have.
under your belt.
Yes.
And where was that?
I went to the Ohio State University.
I noticed you put that "the" in there. Did it tell you have to do that?
No.
No. Okay. I'm teasing, you know that. But you went on a couple of mission trips that really impressed me. Want to tell me
Yes.
about them?
We went to Honduras, and we traveled in a group of about 20, and we got down there and we did some work for a few pastors, and we built their houses, and we really got to experience the culture in a lot of different ways than what you would in the United States. It's really, really different. So
I can imagine, yes. And you had one other trip, I believe? No, that was the only one that you
I
had?
believe so.
Okay. And you had some interesting jobs in high school, that you were working different places, trying to get experience as well as funding, right?
Yes.
Tell me about some of those.
For about 5 years, I worked for a professional lawn company, and we mowed grass and did leaves and had to do a lot of manual labor and really fast-paced and hard work. And I volunteered for the hospital a few times and trying to get a feel out for the medical field because that's where I thought I wanted to go. So
You say thought. Did it convert to being what
it
you
did.
want to do?
Yes, I really love the medical field. I love watching the medical professionals do what they do best, and that's what I want to do someday.
What?
So.
What do you want to do? What field?
I would like to be in the operating room as a nurse anesthetist.
Right. And that, as I said, is your goal at midterm, all A's?
Yes,
Are you proud of yourself?
I am.
Definitely, you deserve that. That was your first year in college, and to be able to do that, you put some time in
Yes, I did. I spent a lot of time
studying, and I know it's difficult that first year of college. There's a lot of partying that needs to be done too.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
How about your parents? Are they happy?
Yeah, they are. They helped me out a lot because it's really hard changing from high school to college, and there's a lot of big changes that go on, so
Exactly.
they were always there when I needed them.
I hope to get a chance to see this and hear that, because so often they don't know that a student actually appreciates this. So
Yeah.
we're glad that you do. How about other special programs at OSU? What kind of honors and this sort of thing have you received?
Well, I was accepted into the honors program, and
Exactly.
You had to take some special classes for that, and then you get a few years to take those classes, so I haven't taken any yet, but I should soon. And then I was also part of the learning community at Ohio State, one of the many learning communities, and they kind of help you with your first year. A bunch of the students that are taking the same classes with you stay in all your classes, and then they have different get-togethers that you would go to get to know everyone.
Right.
And so
Yeah. And that's involved with the honors program?
that is a separate program, and they have several learning communities, and I was just happened to
you're
be
one.
in one of them.
And if I'm reading this correctly, you are attending through the school at where?
Well, last year
Newark?
I attended the Newark, Ohio State branch. I was accepted to the main campus, and seeing how large they were, I emailed my counselor and asked them if I could start my first year at the Newark branch of Ohio State, and then this year I'm moving to the main campus of Ohio State.
I would think that would be a smart move for a lot of people, rather than jumping in to
Yes.
the size and just plain learning where to go.
Yes, yeah, because it is ginormous.
I understand that, but there was a fee to go into the honors program, right?
Yeah, you had to. They had a committee, and they kind of reviewed everyone, and then they only sent an invitation to a few people, and I was one of them
Few.
that they sent an invitation to.
Based upon,
They kind of looked at a whole broad spectrum of qualities. I'm not exactly sure, they didn't quite clarify, but
you didn't care, you got it.
Yeah.
Yes. Were you aware that that program was available?
at the time, I didn't know that you were selected like that, and I didn't know that they had a whole committee like choosing the students and kind of separating them, and so that was quite different when I received a letter in the mail.
I would think so. What about back to Covington? Have you forgotten everything that you did there? What all were you involved with in school, high school?
In high school, I was part of the National Honor Society, and
Right.
then I was a blood donor. Every so often they would have a blood drive at the school, and I would donate blood. And there was a few other programs, but
And with the Upper Valley Community Church, you did some things there. That want to tell me about what you did there?
I went to church there for a long while, and then I finally got involved there, and they had things like the Easter extravaganza, and it was a big celebration on Easter, and it was for a lot of children, and I got to help there. They had lots of blow-up things, and food, and like a mechanical bowl, and
Things like that you could do?
yeah.
Yeah. Piqua High School list a lot of the things you do, like top 100, and what are some of the other programs there that you were?
Top 100 was one of them, and I played soccer at the high school, so that was one of them. It was hard fitting my academics in with the sports.
I understand when I read all the things that are involved, like young people are involved, I don't know how you do it all. You worked as also with volunteered for the Salvation Army. Where else, you know? Any other places?
I volunteered at Wilson Hospital, and that's when I was exploring the medical field and I was trying to figure out where I was going. I also volunteered for a food bank, and we went there and helped feed the homeless.
Yeah. What made you decide on being, well, first of all, a nurse, and then second in the anesthesiology part?
I have a neighbor that is actually a surgical nurse, and I went and shadowed her a few times, and that was really exciting. I loved being in the operating room and watching the anesthetist do the work and kind of having control over the patient.
Amen.
And they have a lot of different things that they can do, and I really wanted to further my degree further than just the nurse, so that was something that really interested me.
Well, you know, you've never experienced that, right?
I just had my wisdom teeth out, and I had to be put to sleep, and then I had a few years ago a hernia surgery.
So you know what it's like to...
Yes.
Yes. And it's a pleasant feeling to not have that pain until you wake up.
Yeah,
right.
It is.
Yeah. We wish you all the best, and keep in touch with us.
I will.
And hope that maybe someday we can find you in one of the local facilities. So thank you again.
Thank you.
And Cheryl, what do you think?
I think all of the students that we heard from are amazing.
Amazing.
And we know that there are a lot more in our community in Miami County that can apply for these scholarships, and the money's available. And we also want to encourage individuals who may be watching who would like to make a difference in young people's lives, may not be able to start a scholarship fund, but could contribute to a scholarship fund and help these young people pay for their education.
Exactly.
And they can do so through the Miami County Foundation, and we welcome those contributions.
And all they got to do is call you at the office. You're online, Facebook.
Yes, we have a Facebook presence, a website, www.Miami County Foundation. The office telephone number is 773-9012. So I encourage you to call if you have any questions about applying for a scholarship or even helping to fund a scholarship. Remember, those deadlines are November the 1st of every year. The applications are available online, and you can download those to your computer and get them completed.
Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy it as much as we did.